Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic figures. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on a man who revolutionized the world of entertainment, Ed Sullivan. For over 2 decades, Ed Sullivan's name was synonymous with Sunday night television, as his eponymous show brought the biggest stars and most spectacular performances into American living rooms. But before he became the toast of Broadway and the king of variety shows, Ed Sullivan's early life was shaped by a unique blend of family, culture, and circumstance. Born on September 28, 1901, in Harlem, New York, Ed Sullivan grew up in a bustling neighborhood that was a melting pot of cultures. His parents, Elizabeth and Peter Sullivan, were Irish immigrants who instilled in their son a strong work ethic and a love for the performing arts. The Sullivan family lived in a small apartment on West 114th Street, just a block away from the famous Apollo Theater, which would later become a staple of Ed's television show. As a young boy, Ed was fascinated by the sights and sounds of vaudeville, which he would often watch at the local theaters. He was especially drawn to the charismatic performers who could command an audience with their wit, charm, and talent. This early exposure to the world of entertainment would later influence Ed's own approach to show business, as he sought to create a platform that showcased the best of American talent. Ed's childhood was marked by a strong emphasis on education, courtesy of his parents, who valued learning and self-improvement. He attended St. Charles Borromeo Catholic School in Harlem, where he developed a passion for writing and public speaking. Ed's teachers encouraged him to hone his skills as a writer, and he began writing stories and articles for the school newspaper. After graduating from high school in 1918, Ed went on to attend St. Francis College in Brooklyn, where he studied commerce and developed his writing skills further. However, it was during his time at the New York Evening Mail, where he worked as a sports writer from 1920 to 1925, that Ed began to hone his craft as a journalist and storyteller. His columns on sports and entertainment would eventually catch the eye of the paper's editor, who encouraged him to pursue a career in broadcasting. The 1920s were a transformative time for America, with the Roaring Twenties ushering in an era of unprecedented social change and cultural upheaval. As Ed Sullivan navigated this exciting and tumultuous landscape, he found himself drawn to the world of radio broadcasting, where he would eventually make his mark as a pioneer in the field. With his quick wit, charming personality, and boundless energy, Sullivan was poised on the cusp of a new era, ready to take the entertainment world by storm. His experiences growing up in Harlem, surrounded by the sights and sounds of vaudeville, theater, and music, instilled in him a deep appreciation for the performing arts. And it was this passion, combined with his natural charisma and entrepreneurial spirit, that would eventually propel him to the pinnacle of show business. Encouraged to pursue a career in broadcasting, Ed began to explore the world of radio, which was still in its infancy. In 1927, he landed a job as a sportscaster at WHN Radio in New York City, where he quickly gained popularity for his witty commentary and engaging personality. Ed's success in radio soon led to opportunities in television, which was just beginning to emerge as a major force in entertainment. In 1948, Ed was approached by CBS to host a new variety show, Toast of the Town, which would later become known as The Ed Sullivan Show. The program was designed to bring together a diverse range of performers, from musicians and comedians to actors and dancers. And Ed's warm and charismatic on-screen presence made him the perfect host. Over the next 2 decades, The Ed Sullivan Show became an institution in American television, with Ed introducing audiences to some of the most talented performers of the time. From Elvis Presley and the Beatles to Bob Dylan and Ella Fitzgerald, Ed's show was the place where artists came to showcase their talents and reach a wider audience. Ed's enthusiasm and genuine love for the performing arts made him a beloved figure in the entertainment industry, and his show became a launching pad for countless careers. One of the key factors that contributed to Ed's success was his ability to connect with his audience. He had a unique talent for finding common ground with performers from all walks of life, and his interviews were always warm and insightful. Whether he was chatting with a Hollywood star or a rising young musician, Ed's questions were always thoughtful and engaging, and he had a gift for bringing out the best in his guests. Ed's impact on popular culture cannot be overstated. He played a significant role in breaking down social barriers and introducing American audiences to new and innovative forms of music, dance, and comedy. His show was a platform for artists to express themselves and showcase their talents, and it helped to shape the course of American entertainment in the 1950s and 1960s. He was a true pioneer in the world of television, and his show reflected the evolving tastes and values of American audiences. As the 1960s drew to a close, Ed faced new challenges and opportunities, both personally and professionally. As the 1960s drew to a close, Ed faced new challenges and opportunities, both personally and professionally. His show, which had been on the air for over 2 decades, was still going strong, but the landscape of American television was changing rapidly. New shows and new formats were emerging, and Ed's traditional variety show format was beginning to seem old-fashioned to some. Despite these challenges, Ed continued to innovate and adapt, introducing new acts and new ideas to his show. He also became increasingly involved in philanthropic work, using his platform to raise awareness and funds for various causes, including the March of Dimes and the American Cancer Society. In 1971, after 23 years on the air, The Ed Sullivan Show finally came to an end. The final episode featured a star-studded lineup, including Eddie Fisher, Alan King, and the Muppets. Ed's farewell speech was emotional and heartfelt, thanking his audience for their loyalty and support over the years. After the show ended, Ed continued to work in television, producing and hosting various specials and documentaries. He also wrote an autobiography, The Ed Sullivan Story, which was published in 1971. The book offered a behind-the-scenes look at Ed's life and career, featuring stories and anecdotes about his time in radio and television. In the years following his retirement from television, Ed received numerous awards and accolades for his contributions to the entertainment industry. He was awarded multiple Emmy Awards, as well as a Peabody Award and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 1999, he was posthumously inducted into the Television Hall of Fame. Ed Sullivan passed away on October 13, 1974, at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and influence new generations of entertainers and audiences alike. His show may be gone, but its impact on popular culture remains, and his memory lives on as one of the most beloved and respected figures in the history of American entertainment. Today, Ed's legacy can be seen in the many variety shows and talk shows that have followed in his footsteps. Shows like Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show, and American Idol all owe a debt to Ed's innovative format and his ability to bring together diverse performers and audiences. His impact on American entertainment is still felt today, and his legacy continues to inspire new generations of performers, producers, and audiences alike. The spotlight will shine bright once again, and you won't want to miss it. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.